Yo, YouTube was in. It's your boy Frank Nitty. We back with another video. I know it's been a decent little minute, since I had dropped a little video. Probably been going on about a week now, but I've been trying to get everything situated. So I just did like all my Landstar stuff all over. I was gonna probably stay here at Jbhunt till like the end of the year and then switch out, but to some, like I say once again, like to some people it works, to some people it don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things where I don't feel like I've been to Jbhunt 3 times. I came to Jbhunt around the time I first started driving. I was supposed to get on the intermodal account, and then I came over here when they actually had jumped off the 360 load board. That's when I had my own trucks and I was shuttling loads, and they kind of got oversaturated. And then now I'm over here again, but I think this gonna be like the last time, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing is, Jbhunt isn't a bad company. I'm gonna put that out there. They're not a bad company, but for what I'm trying to do, it's not working out. It's gotten to, like, with these companies, when they had these IC programs and then people find out, and then a whole bunch of people just apply, they sign on, and the company really don't have a cap, then that's when stuff start to get bad with the company. So before anything get oversaturated, I gotta make my depart. You know what I'm saying? I think I was supposed to go over to Landstar from the jump, and I was like, you know what, since Jbhunt called, I'm gonna just go ahead and get the content, get the experience, to see how it is. It's a few things as far as, it's certain trailers that you can get and certain trailers that you can't get, and the ones that we can get, it's a whole lot of company drivers with them trailers as well. So if you're in a situation to where you can't get a trailer, an empty trailer, it's probably 8 times out of 10 you're gonna see a company driver with one, and they can make you lose out on money. So if you don't have an empty, you can't pick up your next load, then you gotta run around and look for an empty. We done discussed that multiple times. So I think that's one thing that's just, it's something I can't keep dealing with. So there's number one. They got the freight, but when you got so many drivers on an IC program and everybody's using the same load board, you can't really book your loads the way you want to, because every time you got 800 ICs, 800 plus ICs, and then you add on to the load board, and every time you look at the load board, it's 300 and something loads on the board. It's like, to me, it started to feel like oversaturation. That's kind of how USA was before I left them. So it was like, yeah, we got a bunch of loads. Then it's like you add all these ICs. Now you don't really see too many loads. And it's like, then you start to kind of be on the load board 24/7. You fighting for loads. This load come off, they accidentally remove you from that when you want it back, and they say you can't give your load back. That done happened to me multiple times where a load is pulled off of me, and I didn't ask for that load to be pulled off. So when it goes back to the board, you got people that's already on the board, and then next thing you know, you can't get your load back. That is kind of like the headache. It's been one occasion where I booked a load and the load come off and they said cancel, but I'm at the place and the company driver is picking up the load. So I've talked to somebody and they said it happened to them too. So I don't want to have to deal with it. So I just figured I'll just go ahead and redo my app, a Landstar, and go ahead with my transition and making that move so that I can use the variety. I can do dry box, I can do, flatbed, intermodal, step deck, heavy haul. Like, if I want to expand, you know what I'm saying, I kind of want to grow. For the past 8 years of driving trucks, I just been pulling dry van. I pulled flatbed a couple times, I pulled tankers a couple times, but I want to be able to maneuver how I want to maneuver. Like, I want to get more experience in flatbed, but I'm restricted with Jbhunt, and they have like these I done heard some of these drivers talk about, well, not Jbhunt, but a different company. I done heard drivers talking about, you know, going over to help out at the landfill, the oil field out there in Texas, and they actually make pretty decent money, you know, during that time of the season. I wouldn't mind getting my, you know, well, I have my tankers, but it's like I'm not able to utilize. I just don't want to pull a dry box all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to get a flatbed, like, allow me to do that. If I want to pull a tanker, allow me to switch. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to utilize, you know, all the divisions, basically, you know, versus just being restricted to just dry box and containers. So I just got to make that jump. And I know that over there they say, you know, you run for a year, you get a flatbed trailer, you can get a dry van or whatever like that. Then it just one step on to the next. You know, I wasn't planning on moving this fast, but it was just about that. It's really just about that time. You know, I'm up here right now at the paper mill. They told me that my appointment was at 4 o'clock. I got here at 1 o'clock but we kind of, there's so many trucks, I really don't know what's going on. We probably been here about 3 hours. I got here yesterday, but it's like with stuff like this, I had to come off of 2 of my loads just because this one right here takes forever. So today is Wednesday. Everything goes in by Saturday at midnight. Well, Sunday midnight, you know. And this right here killed my whole week. So I grabbed this load, I picked it up, it was ready early. I got here early. You know, it ain't no but bills, like, you know, recycle bills. I got here early, and it's like, this week shot because police is like this. So I had to come off 2 of my loads. I only got I don't know how long they're gonna be here. My clock already started. So I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that's all I'm gonna have. So it's stuff like this where it's like, I know that I could avoid it, but I don't know all these, you know, all these places. I know this is what is this? International paper out in Salem, Alabama. And this give you a weird vibe too. Like, being in Salem, Alabama, it's a weird vibe. It's like some type of weird energy that's going on. And I'm really not digging it. So I know not to come back here. And yeah, it's just time for that next step. I want to be able to, like I say, I want to be able to utilize, I want to be able to make some real money versus, you know, oh, Frank, you making money over there? Yeah, like, I made decent plus fucking referrals. I don't want my income to be just based off referrals. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Like I say, once before I made money with USA, but the referrals helped out a lot. So I made probably the equal amount of money in referrals with USA as I did just, you know, as far as like my actual settlements. But over here, it's like you can make the money, but it's a hassle. It's like you fighting for the loads. You fighting, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay on it. It's kind of unsafe at times because you'll book a load, but it's like, if you don't watch the load board, you will miss loads. So even if you book yourself up, say for instance that load canceled, then you don't see nothing on the board. You drive, you check the board again, but it's like you got to be on the board while you're driving because the loads just pop up at any time and you can't afford to miss it. So I just don't want the stress of just like constantly like, oh, let me get on the board. If I'm out of town, I'm on vacation, I'm like, oh, let me look at the board to see what they got on the board. Oh, let me do this. I don't want to have to keep doing it. I want to be able to book my stuff and know where I'm going and keep it pushing, you know, versus somebody telling me something canceled and then I'm at the police and the company driver's picking it up. So I just feel like I have more reign or freedom somewhere where it's a whole lot of owner ops, where it's a company that understand the owner op, you know. Like I say, they not a bad company at all. It's not fit for me. It's not. I want to run. I want to make my bread. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, maximize all of that. Like, this kind of work for the guys that's power only. Like, it's a guy right here. Let me see. I can't turn it around, but it's a guy right here that's power only. It's a guy behind me. They both the same trucking company. They're called crossbreed trucking. Yeah, both of them dudes right there, they like, yeah, they picked that load up. Man, hell, this load paid me $1,900. That load paid them $2,400. So it kind of work out for them. And then, you able to sit because you getting, that's to them. I'm not getting $1,900 to me. So I sit, like this for $2,000, because like here, you basically, you net $1,000 a day if you did have to wait on this load. But yeah, but that's pretty much how this whole little experience is going. It's not. Some people say they have problems. Some people say they don't. With me personally, I probably had 2 decent weeks. No, 3. I had 3 decent weeks here, and it was to the point where I thought it was actually going somewhere. But like I say, one of my major issues was trailers. You can't get a trailer. That messes with your revenue. The runaround for trailers is ridiculous. The pay isn't bad at all. Some of these shippers and receivers we go to are assholes when it comes to their policies with Jbhunt trailers. A lot of this is 90% drop. I think this is 90% drop and hook, but if you drive a load and you can't pick up an empty, it's kind of pointless to drop your load and head on to your next one, because they're going to want you to have an empty. If you don't have an empty, you're going to have to come off their load. And it's going to be a lot of times where you get to some places and they don't have no empties. Even if it's a DCS, they will not have an empty. And that right there has been my major issue since I've been there. That will slow everything down when it comes to, the whole little Jbhunt thing. But they say they got new trailers. They say it's different, new trailers in other cities and states, but it don't work. That don't mean nothing when it's none of the trailers like where you go to. I go everywhere. So, I don't know. I gotta say, it's not bad. It's just only certain shit I would tolerate. But if I was getting paid more to tolerate, to deal with what's going on, then I wouldn't mind. But to me, I'd rather get live loaded and unloaded 24/7 versus to drop a trailer. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that I'm secure with my next load if I do that. Here, you don't really know if you kind of go into some of these places blind. This is like right now, let me give you an example. So, I'm at the paper mill in Salem, Alabama. I pulled up here yesterday. They said, yeah, your load don't deliver until tomorrow at 4 p.m. All right, cool. But it's a bunch of Jbhunt trailers back there that's empty. So why should I have to live unload if this is just paper bills? All right, cool. I go back up the street. I called in this morning. I'm like, can I come in early? Well, yeah, you come in an hour early. But the lady in the background was like, yeah, well, if you get here now, you'll be sitting in line and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I might as well sit in line because I'm not going to get in like immediately. So I need to go ahead and get there. So I get here and I started counting out the empties. It's like 27 empty trailers here. And they're basically saying like, you can't get an empty trailer unless you deliver a load. Unless you're picking up a load. How is you? So if you deliver a load here, you already got it empty. So it don't make sense to get empty. Then, can I get an empty trailer and go over there and get loaded? Like this, I don't get that. It's 27 empty trailers at this lot. If we got drivers that's pulling up, it ain't like the loads got seals on them or nothing. Drop the loads, pick up an empty, and be out. And y'all unload them. Y'all got yard dogs. Unload them on your time. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing where I didn't understand, because I would have definitely dropped this trailer off and made it up to Birmingham, then went out to Garrisburg, North Carolina, picked up in Raleigh, and brought it right back down to Georgia. And I gotta got my Georgia load to take that back up to Cranberry, New Jersey. But everything just fell back. Everything fell back after this load. And this is almost every week that I'm actually dealing with this. So I'm really not trying to continue to deal with it. I want to get my load. I don't get, like I say, I'd rather back up to a dock, get loaded up, knowing that my load's secure, driving, you know, deliver my load. I ain't got to worry about it empty for my next one, because I drive out and just keep it moving. Like, I'd rather me move like that and get to pay for it, and, you know, all that. But today I ended up getting all my information and stuff like that from Landstar, and I just had to sign a little tag form. I did my drug test, I had to pay for another inspection like $60. I already got my hazmat like a couple months back. Hazmat total was like maybe like $700 to get the hazmat, do the class, do the fingerprint and all this stuff. I got my Twic at the same time. So I'm just go ahead and make the move, you know, and, you know, bigger and better things. Some people got their own opinion about it and this and that, but I think I came across a couple brokers and accounts that they work with, and, you know, just off of having my broker certification, I can make some stuff shake and kind of be a little free, take my Peterbilt over there and move some stuff around, like to do what I need to do just to keep growing. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like if I'm being stagnant, I'm not gonna get nowhere. I'm always be stagnant, and I refuse to settle. I'm not the type just to settle and, you know, just remain on one level. Like, I want to move forward. My whole plan is that I don't want to be in a truck when I'm 50 years old, 40 years old. I'm not trying to do that. So I'm trying to, you know, like I said, once I pay this truck off, I'm done. It's probably a wrap for me when it comes to truck driving. And I'm not driving to pay off no damn truck. I'm basically driving to set up for when I get out this truck. And that's my whole goal. Like, when I get out this truck, it's gonna be a wrap. Everything else is doing good, successful. Like, you know, I'm accomplishing a lot outside of the truck. It's just when I'm done, I don't want to have to worry about no truck. To run local loads, that's cool, but to be out all the time, that's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? I said 10-year mark, I was gonna retire from trucking anyway. I'm not no 20, 30 year, I'm not doing it. You know, so. But that's it for today. I know it's been a little minute since I done dropped the video, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go ahead and fly by. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.